All right, gang. Jason here from Brilliant Directories. Happy Friday. Hope everyone is doing well. Wanted to pop in here with just a quick new feature release that was dropped today. And we wanted to get some of you to start testing it out. And let me introduce what that feature is. This feature actually helps with your Google page speed scores. It helps your web pages load faster. If you're using YouTube videos around your site or Vimeo or whatever it might be, any type of iFrame embed, those can really weigh down your page loading times because it waits and it processes all those video players, which if the user never even chooses to play those videos is a lot of wasted bandwidth and a lot of wasted time that takes away from the rest of the page processing. So what this new feature is actually two new advanced settings. Let's take a look at them now. In your Brilliant Directories advanced setting area, you can go to advanced settings and just type in Lazyload or lazy here. And this is off by default, so it's not enabled for any sites. But if you turn it on, what it's going to do, and we'll show you a before and after of what it does, is it will lazy load YouTube videos all throughout your site. Any type of iFrame embed that you might have that could otherwise weigh down the page. Now, from the user's perspective, they'll have exactly the same experience. The players and the iframes will load as soon as they come into the screen's view. And also the YouTube videos will work just as expected. So let me just quickly show you what this does with this on. And I have a video here on the homepage that I've put on a test Brilliant Directory site here. And here's the YouTube video right here. It looks like just any regular YouTube video, but in fact, this is being lazy loaded. It's only displaying the thumbnail of the video, which saves a ton of resources and is totally safe to use. I highly recommend you guys turn this on if you are using YouTube videos all around your site or in different places. It just helps with the user experience overall. Now, when I click this button, you're not going to hear the sound, but the video just starts playing just like normal. And what I like even better about this with the YouTube videos is that it gets the thumbnail and we don't have all that busy YouTube clutter. We don't see the YouTube branding and all the player controls right here on the initial load when it starts. Of course, we can get all that goodness once the video starts playing as normal. Now, the real benefit for this is page speed. So let's just use the homepage as an example. And if you just have one video, you might not notice a lot of speed change differences when you have one video on one page. That's pretty much okay. But if you have several videos, even two or more, that can substantially weigh down your page speed scores. And you'll think that there's something wrong with your site, but it's just that these players are so heavy when they load their players. So let's actually go here. Let's copy the URL here. And I'm going to put the link to the documentation for this in the chat here as well for everyone. So if you want to take a peek, it just talks about how the settings work, what to expect, and things like that. But let's go to page speed together. And this is with the setting on. Let's run this. Let's get the homepage of this site here. And actually, I'm kind of in love with this new setting just because of one, how it just works out of the box. You just have to turn on the setting and it does what it does very well. And it's just going to help with your SEO because you're going to have higher page speed scores and Google really does track all that. And that's something really important to us here at Brilliant Directories is that page speed score and keeping the benchmarks on a default BD site really high for you because we know you're going to add stuff. It might weigh down the score and there's nothing wrong with that, but we want to start you off at the highest probable score. So we can see here great scores, 97 performance with the lazy loaded YouTube video there on the homepage. Now, let's turn off this setting here. We'll just turn off front end optimization, lazy load iframe embeds, and we'll just save the changes there. And let me open a new tab, duplicate this, and we can run it again just so we can break the cache on the previous version. I'll do $1, and we'll run this again together. Now, again, when it's just one video, that's not too bad. We might see the score drop a little bit. Sometimes it might even stay the same. But really, if you have 2+ videos or other types of iframes, It could be an X or Twitter embed. It could be an Instagram or TikTok embed. It could be from Embedly. It could be Vimeo, Wistia. There's lots of different tools there. The one thing with the YouTube is it will fetch the thumbnail. So we can see here right away it has attempted to load the player because we don't have it on. So we see a performance hit. There's been some blocking time. And if we go to best practices, we're going to see that it's trying to load all those YouTube resources. We see the YouTube player right there. And it's really not necessary because, like I said, you get the thumbnail and it just loads perfectly right there from the user experience. So again, I really highly recommend enabling this. Now, let's take it a step further. It doesn't just work with YouTube embeds. Actually, there is a second setting here, Lazyload iFrame embeds supported domains. So if you have this on and you have iFrame embeds from, we started off with a default list of the most popular types of iFrame embeds people will do, like TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, etc. But like you might embed something from weather.com, right? So you can, if that's not included here, you can come and you can add weather.com here. And then when that iFrame is on a page, it will be lazy loaded. So you can just create a comma separated list here, but we've started everyone off with kind of the most ubiquitous and most common types of iFrame embeds we see users applying. So this should cover, the starter list should cover about 95%. Now, if you don't want something lazy loaded, there are a few ways to do that. If you don't want your YouTube lazy loaded, just remove it from that list. And if you have this enabled, then it'll just load those iframes just like normal. So we can see here very, very crystal clear the difference with just that homepage and just that one video. Now, let's take it a step further. I've created this additional page here, and it has not only YouTube videos. This is with the setting off here. So we can see it's loading everything. This is from Daily Motion. It's got SoundCloud. This is Vimeo, and we see this repeated YouTube video here. Let's turn the setting back on and save the changes. And yeah, so we saw it, like this is what the page looks like with the setting off, and it's going to download all the heavy resources right out of the gate without this enabled. And if we refresh the page, we'll now see that the thumbnail image is being used. And if I quickly scroll down the page, from a user perspective, you don't even realize the difference. These things, once they come into the viewport, they'll just load as normal. So from the user's perspective, they're just getting a better and quicker overall page load, and the assets will be provided to them as they scroll down the screen when they are requested and needed. So this is a pretty heavy page here. It's got multiple different sources and multiple different videos. Again, SoundCloud. This is a Vimeo video here. Let's take a look at this one. And I have a page speed for it here. We'll just run it one more time. And also let's do a GT metrics here for that same page. And we'll hit analyze. And we'll let these two run. And again, we're actually enabling this by default on new sites and new projects released from this day forth, but we didn't want to interrupt or touch anyone's existing site. So you can enable this on your own. So here's that sample link here. So the mobile score is at 98. And then the desktop score here is right there at 94. We even see in the screenshot, it has the two thumbnails because those are in the viewport. And there's actually nothing being loaded by Google below this. So this is fantastic. Now let's do the same page, same test with the setting off and see what we get. We can see here with GT metrics, good score there. Anything GT metrics, over 85 plus is good. They use the colors to kind of scare us, orange, pink, red, but really 85 plus is really good for GT metrics. We obviously love to see scores in the 90s. So now the setting's off. Let me just confirm that here. And what I'll do is I'll clone this this tab here for the GT metrics. We'll run it again, and we'll also clone this page speed. And we'll run it again as well. Okay, perfect. Let's give these a second to run. Let's put these new ones side by side that are processing right now. And then we can compare the before and after scores here. And yeah, just one thing, even if you're not heavily using YouTube videos throughout your site or making landing pages with them, I would still recommend enabling this setting and getting the benefit in the event you decide to add a video to your site, even if it's on one page, there's absolutely no harm in enabling this setting here, this front end optimization, lazy load, iframe embeds setting here. Just click that to on. Okay, great. So GT Metrics is being a little bit more forgiving. So the before and after here, we were at 94 and 95 for the structure. It's now been dropped down to an 88 and 82. And again, this is kind of in a vacuum. You know, if you have other things on your site like Facebook tracking, Google Tag Manager, all those things add to the page and can weigh it down. So we want to give you the best opportunities to keep those scores high. And we see here the page speed has just been demolished and ruined down here at 36 with all those videos loading. That's the mobile score. The desktop score is 60. And we can see here that is with the setting turned off. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. We'll do one more test. We'll turn the setting back on here and we'll save the changes. And let us know in the comments if you'd use this feature, if you've already gone ahead and turned it on, if you have any ideas to improve it further. We've tried to keep it as simple as possible, just turning on and off, and a little bit control as to what gets lazy loaded. But let's run this one more time here. We'll do a retest on the same page here with it enabled. Let me just make sure I did enable it here. Yep. Okay, there we go. We see the thumbnails here, and we'll let that run. While that's running, I'll close these two here. Keep myself organized. Okay, in the documentation, there's also some cool short codes that you can use, a little higher level for you guys out there. If you have this enabled, there's actually some additional parameters you can add to the end of the iFrame URL. Again, for more advanced users here, if you do no lazy equals 1, but the master setting is set to lazy load things, for that, it will go ahead and skip it. It'll just load the iframe immediately as if the lazy load was not being applied. This is super helpful in case you're using videos as background images and things like that, so you can have a little bit more control as to the lazy load or not. And then also there's mute equals 1. So you can choose to, when the video, if they click to play a YouTube video, whether the sound should start. By default, the sound will start when they start the video, but you could do mute equals 1. Maybe you don't want sound. One really cool one is you can do force play equals 1, and force play will auto play it right when the page loads. And again, this is also great for background videos and things like that you just want to play right away, and we don't want them lazy loaded. So there's a little bit of granular control here for more advanced users that are using iframes in more specific ways. So let's take a look at the scores now. So good news, we're at sunny sea level here with the setting enabled. We're at 95 and 96. And here with the page speed, we're at 98 mobile, and we're up above 90 for the desktop score. So, one of the things here at Brilliant Directories, we are real nerds about page speed because, again, we know how important it is for your SEO and your user experience. So this is just one setting. This could probably be a product on its own for websites, the way it works, but this is available to all Brilliant Directories users. And yeah, we'll see how you guys use it. We'll take some feedback from you guys, and we'll see if we can improve it even further. But in a phase 1 release, this is working pretty good, and I hope it helps you guys with your site. Also to note, just because we have you here, it's November, so it's Black Friday month, and Brilliant Directories Black Friday deals will be starting soon. And in the Brilliant Directories Facebook group, you can go to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook. It'll take you right here. You can enter to join our iPad giveaway. All you have to do is comment on this post. I'll put it in the comments here for everyone. Let's see how many comments we have so far. 272. On November 28th, we will close the comments, and shortly after, we will announce a winner. And a super bonus is if we hit 1,000 unique comments from individual people, not multiple people, we will actually select 2 winners to double the iPad winnings. So invite your friends, your colleagues, anyone you think that could benefit from knowing about Brilliant Directories to the group, and invite them to participate in the contest as well. All are welcome. We do have a webinar coming up this Wednesday, but in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great weekend, and thanks for tuning in. Cheers, guys.